So when doing a larger tarot reading like the one that I will be doing for 2020, I like to invoke the elements. So in this case, I have my miniature cauldron, which represents water, and of course it's full of water. And I've got a little tea light in there that I'm going to light for the element of fire. I feel closest to these two elements particularly, and so I'm going to go ahead and add in an earth element. So these are the petals from a bouquet of sunflowers that my coworkers gave me when I left a job that I really liked earlier this year, or earlier in 2019. So these are really important to me. I have a lot of spare ones actually in my spare spell items little storage there. So, but I have this little vial that I usually keep on my altar. So that's going to go in place of the earth element. So that's going to go here. And then I have this bell, and I use this bell for cleansing space because I don't use any kind of smoke cleansing like sage burning, etc. So I like to ring this around the space where I'm going to be doing work. So I'll ring it around here on my kind of ritual tray, and then I'm going to ring it again before I start shuffling the cards so that I can really center myself and get a good mindset and make sure that I've kind of really focused and established almost a circle for myself for the work. So I'm going to go ahead and ring this now so that I can do that before I light the tea light. So I'll start out by, again, ringing the bell to cleanse the space. Just focusing my energy. I've also brought my wand. Focusing on my breathing. Just focusing my energy. This is just a simple visualization type meditation. Now I'm going to do a 7-card year ahead tarot spread, and I'll explain what each of the cards mean as I lay them down. So first of all, one of the most important steps for tarot readings, in my opinion, is shuffling the cards. I just let my mind wander. I make sure that I'm focusing my energy on the cards, and I just gently shuffle them until I feel like it's done. If a card falls out for my daily readings, I usually do take it as kind of a supplement or just something maybe urgent. It really depends on what the card is as to how I interpret that. But this is a good way to trust the deck. So I'm just shuffling, asking, what is this year gonna bring? So this is going to be lessons from the previous year. This card is what I can expect from 2020. This card is a challenge that I'll be facing. This card is how I'm going to overcome these obstacles. This is advice, just general advice. I'll get a better idea of what that means when I flip the other cards, I think. Oh, hi Claire. And this is some more advice, guidance for the next year in general. Hey, you come to help me read? Oh, you're so good. That's right, just put your butt all over everything. It's okay. Where was I? And 7 is the year in a card. So this is going to be 2020 in a nutshell for me. So what I do is I take a minute for each one before I flip it over to focus on what it's supposed to be. Sometimes I have to clarify the meaning of a card, so I'll consult the deck book usually because I can't get a good sense of what it is without double checking my interpretation first if I don't get a strong feeling from it. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over my first card. So that's lessons from the previous year. Interesting. So I got the Devil. This is a lot of, I'm going to think about it for a second. I do feel like I was my own worst enemy. I definitely need to learn how to work with my own nuances. I think that I can be really hard on myself and really critical of myself. And I think sometimes I make drastic changes that might not be in my best interest. But I am a strong personality, so that's cool. And I think that if I learn how to harness some more positivity towards myself maybe, then that would probably be a good thing. So let's see what I can kind of expect next year. The 8 of Swords. This is one of those consult the book type ones. I've pulled this before. I think I will feel trapped maybe by my health or a situation that I haven't run into yet. I think that if I harness a little bit of mental resiliency, that'll probably serve me well. Let's see. That kind of leads into the challenge that I'm gonna face. So I got the Lovers. I usually read reversals. For this spread, I don't think I will. I don't think this is relationship trouble with Mike and I. I definitely get more of a sense of friendship from this. So I might have a few troubles in friendships, whether that's maybe getting together with people, or I know when I get really depressed, I have a hard time reaching out, and it's only been getting worse actually. So maybe it's cautioning me to try not to fall too deep into that, and to make sure that not only am I honoring my friendships, but I am building a partnership with myself so that I can have the courage to maybe speak up and get some help when I am not feeling great mental health wise. And that leads into how I'm going to harness that power. Oh, the Four of Cups. So I think, again, emotional balance is going to be big for me. Trying to find a good place for myself, not being too critical. I think I've had a lot of issues with that in the past. Everything's really coming up that way for this year also. Nothing's really shocking me or anything like that. And this is some advice on how to deal with that. The Three of Swords. Let me see how I want to look at this. This is another book type situation. Forgiveness. So when I'm experiencing pain, I think I just need to learn how to forgive myself. So again, that really ties in with everything here. This is some guidance. Words to live by. Oh, the Emperor. Okay, so in this instance, I would say that in order to navigate this mental health challenge that I'm encountering and have encountered in the past and will be encountering in this year ahead, I need to make sure that I act for myself instead of get super in my head. The Emperor, he is about that very Aries type energy. I think he has a lot of action behind him. I'm getting a lot of impetus, like, hey, instead of ruminating and letting yourself get really deep in your thoughts, you have to move, go and do something. Make sure that you're honoring your physicality and using it as a tool to help you, even when it's something that might be hurting you at the moment. So I think that that's some really, really great advice. I definitely want to pay attention to having some Emperor energy this year. And then finally, this is the card that encapsulates 2020, so I'll probably have to look this up. We'll see. The Empress. That's really fun. Okay, so all in all, this is really great because this means that as long as I follow this advice to really take action, as long as my kind of extroverted, as long as my kind of exterior energy is harnessed, I think that that will really, really help me get my inner energy together. So the Empress is kind of the typically feminine energy of the Emperor as I read it. And so to me, this means that my introspection and all of this kind of struggle that I'm experiencing mentally, that's going to be something that I can get mastery of. I can find a balance. I can make myself, uh, you know, ask for help, you know, honor my friendships, you know, show up for my friends. You know, I can manage the pain and the trapped feelings that I might be experiencing. Um, you know, again, as long as I stay true to this advice of just utilizing that Emperor energy, then I might be able to achieve this Empress card for 2020. So that's really, really encouraging. I'm really happy with this reading. I haven't done a 7 card spread for the year before. Usually I do a 13 card spread where I'll do 1 card per month and then like 1 card, kind of like this one where it's the card for 2020. So I'm really excited about my pull, and I hope you guys enjoyed kind of going along with this tarot reading with me. And so let me just go ahead and I do dispel my circle that I created with my bell. Oh, hey Claire, you came to check in. Yeah, since you put your butt all over this one, I think it turned up hard for me. It's a hard card. Um, so I just like to take a picture of it. So it's going to be easier since I have this whole reading on video for myself. But I just want to take like a static picture so that I can record it. There we go. All right. So I breathe out. I thank the cards for clarifying things for me and for working with me to do this reading. And blow out the candle. And that's going to be my tarot reading for 2020. Thanks, guys. Bye.